Hello and welcome to this very special edition of North Penn's Finest. I'm Ted Heller. Today we have a big show coming your way. It's the top of the class of 2009 with North Penn High School valedictorian and salutatorians, as well as the top of the staff for 2009, our Superintendent Honor Roll Award winners. Joining me right now is North Penn High School valedictorian Diana Lee and North Penn High School salutatorians Victoria Solomon and Pam Kirkpatrick. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Diana, the biggest question is, where are the boys in this? Why is it all the three girls? No answer?
No answer.
Okay.
No answer to that.
Diana,
Maybe
I'm going to start with you. There's close to 1,100 students at North Penn High School, and you ended up #1 in the class. How did this happen?
Well, the policies change here and there, but I think, the general is, you're willing to challenge yourself, and, you just do well and take as many challenging courses as you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when did you find out that you're valedictorian? And how did they tell you?
A couple weeks ago, I got a call during my AP European class, and they said, it was over the phone, and my teacher said that Mr. Hines was looking for me. And
Did you think you were in trouble?
I was a little anxious, when Mr. Hines' name, like everyone,
Sure.
it's like a shudder inside, and everyone, was like, ooh. But yeah, and then he called me in and just calmly told me.
That's great. That's great.
The news.
Victoria, how did you find out?
I also got a call down from Mr. Hines' office.
Did you think you were in trouble?
I wasn't sure because you never know with me,
Okay.
but actually I was pretty sure I wasn't in trouble, although I didn't know exactly
Yeah.
what it was for, and yeah, he told me also.
How'd you feel?
I was happy because I ran into Pam right before I went in.
Did she know?
and
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You knew, yeah.
yeah.
So
Did you tell her before?
I did not.
Oh.
Mr. Hines said he hadn't told Pam that there
Yes.
were two, right? Or he didn't tell you which one?
He told me first, and he told me to keep the news hush.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
for the,
Now, what makes, at North Penn High School, how close were you to valedictorians? Do you even know how close you were and what the difference was?
I don't even know.
Okay. Pam, same thing. How did you find out?
Same thing. I got called down to the main office during physics class.
And how'd
he
you
told
feel?
me. I was actually really surprised. I did not know that I was salutatorian.
You did not know you were even did you know maybe you were in the running at all?
I thought I was #3, so I did not think that I was going to have to make a speech. But
Now, is this a goal of yours from when you were younger, or it just happened?
it kind of just happened.
Okay.
It wasn't really planned.
Victoria, what about you? Was this ever a goal?
Not really. I just wanted to take classes, I guess. Like Diana said, classes that challenged me, and then it happened.
Okay. And Diane, what about you?
well, not really. Like I knew, I was taking a lot of courses, but it wasn't. I knew I was going to be top, but not maybe #1.
When does this grade impact in school? When do your grades start to count towards class rank? Do you know? Was it in 9th grade, 10th grade?
10th grade.
For us, 10th grade,
10th grade.
starting with the upcoming class, it'll actually be starting in 9th grade. So my poor brother stuck taking classes.
It's good for him.
Yeah.
All right, now here's the hard question. I'm going to put it on Pam first.
All right.
What has been your lowest grade ever? Do you remember?
A marking period grade or just a test grade?
Whatever.
I think in elementary school I got a D on a spelling quiz one time because I'm a terrible speller.
And you're a salute. Unbelievable. What about you, Victoria? Do you remember?
Also in elementary school, I remember I had to alphabetize something, and I actually put a word starting with a B first instead of the A's. I think that's what happens when I do homework with friends instead of working alone.
Diane, do you remember a low grade you ever had?
I think it was also in elementary school. I think it was a worksheet, and I didn't read directions, so the teacher took a lot of points off. But luckily, she let me take it.
And you recovered.
Yes.
Wasn't so okay,
Yeah,
wasn't a
first
problem.
grade. Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine.
Now, at graduation, I believe all three of you say a speech. Is there a theme to your speech? Have you been told to keep a theme?
Yeah, they recommend a theme.
Okay. Different themes for each of you, or is it one theme overall?
I think we try to make it more personal, so it's interesting.
Okay. Graduation's right around the corner. Have you written your speech yet?
No, I'm working on it.
Okay. Have you written
Yeah,
your
I think
speech?
you'll hear the same answer from all of us.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm working on it. I'm pretty far.
Is that something you'll work on together, or is this something you definitely do on your own?
I think we're doing it separately for the most part. I think we're going to try to make sure that we don't overlap too much on content, but pretty much a personal
Pam,
thing.
in the past, we've had this show where we've had 9, 10, 11 valedictorians. They changed the policy to have one, so they had speech limits. Do you have a speech limit time?
We do. They want us to keep it under 2.5 minutes, or at least for mine it was.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about your favorite classes. You're almost out of North Penn High School. Victoria, I'll start with you. Do you have a favorite class of all time?
Oh,
And it doesn't
gosh.
even have to be at North Penn High School.
All time. I have to think about that
Okay,
one.
or a subject, a class or a
Yeah,
subject that you
well,
like so much?
I love English class, but then at the same time I love math, so there's kind of like a dichotomy there. So it's probably Lang with Mrs. Kratz or Calc with Mr. Plymat.
Okay. May, what about you?
I'm going to go with Calc with Mr. Burrell. I had him for Calc 1 and Calc 2. And I want to be a math teacher, so I definitely have to go with math
We're going to get
class.
to that in a second here. Diana, what about you?
So it was Calc. It was my first AP class, and English with Mrs. Kratz. And I also really enjoyed biology.
Of course, you're hitting the books real hard by keeping your grades up. Are you involved in any other activities, Diana? Sorry.
Victoria and I are executive editors for Night Crier. So co-president with Reading Olympics, do feature Business Leaders of America, and Chinese Culture Club. There's probably more, but
Sure.
my main activities.
Okay.
Go ahead.
As Diana said, I'm co-executive editor of The Night Crier. I'm also president of Goodwill Ambassadors, which is a school service organization that spotlights groups within the school that we want to show appreciation for. I'm also, or have been a class cabinet member for a few years now, and I'm in Jewish Cultural Club. I think that about covers it.
Okay. Pam, what about you?
I'm the treasurer of Honor Society this year. I'm also involved in the Youth Education Association and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
Do you have any hobbies other than doing all your homework and doing the activities? Do you have anything you like to do on the side?
I really like to bake.
Okay.
I tend to be the baker in my house, so you can almost always have some cookies in the oven at my house.
We'll be over. Victoria, what about you? Do you have any hobbies or
Oh
anything?
yeah, I love to juggle, and I have been known to juggle, hula hoop, and rollerblade at the same time.
Okay. Did that help you in maybe a college preparation or getting ready for college, juggling?
Juggling activities definitely, but I might have included it in an essay. I'm not really sure.
Will you juggle at graduation?
No, I won't, but I will be going to school with the guy who juggled at graduation, and he taught me how to juggle my fourth ball.
Oh, sounds great. Sounds great. I cannot juggle, so you win. Diana, what about you? Do you have any fun things to do?
I like stamp collecting. It's been difficult recently because they
I
do
didn't hear what you said.
stamp collecting.
I did hear what you said.
Yeah, it's kind of, I got my first stamps in 2nd grade, and it's been collecting. So my friends and I, we like to go on YouTube, find videos, and just karaoke to the songs. Play piano as a hobby, and find sheet music, play the songs, and sing along.
Fantastic. Ladies, the next question is, where are you going after North Penn High School? Plans for college? Anyone going to Temple? It's too quiet. We'll start with you. Any Temple plans?
I'm not going to Temple.
You're not?
I'm going to Messiah College,
For what? Do you have a major yet?
secondary education and mathematics.
Want to be a teacher? Fantastic. Okay. Victoria, what about you?
I'm going to Princeton University next year, and I'm planning to major in engineering, but we'll see if humanities gets me.
Down the road, what would you like to do if you had your dream job?
I'm still not sure about that. If I went into engineering, I know I would want to choose something that was geared toward helping people in some way, but I don't know exactly what way.
All right. And Diana, what about you?
I'll be attending Harvard University, and currently not exactly sure about my major, but it's probably between the sciences or economics.
Do you have a dream job down the road?
Hoping to do something along the lines of biotechnology.
You're going to Harvard. What other colleges did you apply to? Was Temple in there at all?
Probably not. Like, not because I fully support Temple, but I
Yes.
just wanted like a distance, farther distance.
Okay, what other colleges did you apply to?
So apply to Princeton, Columbia, Swarthmore, and just probably more.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, now we're getting down to it. I need a favorite teacher of all time. Not North Penn High School. Yes, tough question. Elementary school, middle school, one that just, I can't wait to get to school today to see this teacher. And we'll start with Victoria.
Okay.
'Cause you look like you were stumped right away.
Yes. Well, I was homeschooled for a couple of years, so I have to say my mother.
Oh, that's cheating.
There's no, like, how
That
could I not
counts.
say my mother?
All right, shout out to Mom. Okay, you want to say hi, Mom, thanks at all?
Hi, Mom.
Okay. Pam, what about you?
I think I'll go all the way back to elementary school. I had Mrs. Hilferty in second grade, and she was a really good teacher.
At what building?
AM Culp.
Fantastic. Diana?
So go back to middle school. This is a shout out to Pembroke for Mrs. Ward. She was like the reading teacher for the gifted students. She was just very vibrant, and by 8th period, most people were retired, but she just brightened our days.
Fantastic. Summer plans. Do you have any summer plans?
Probably travel.
Okay.
I intend to relax.
Stressful year?
Sort of. I mean, it's been good. It's been a great year. I've learned so much, but it's definitely not summer.
Okay. Pam?
North Penn actually has an intern program where we go into the elementary schools and are the secretaries in the summer, so I'll be doing that this summer.
I got to say, it's quite an honor to have all of you on this show. And considering how many students are at North Penn High School, let alone the graduating class, how big it is, and you're the top 3, it's a great accomplishment. I want to congratulate you all on this accomplishment.
Thank you.
Good luck at graduation.
Thank you.
You're not going anywhere because coming up next we have the staff, top 3 of the 6 superintendent honor roll winners coming up next. And again, ladies, congratulations. Your families must be extremely proud. Don't go anywhere. We're coming right back.
Get ready to tee off for the 2009 North Penn Educational Association Golf Outing. August 24, 2009 at the Pinecrest Country Club in Montgomeryville, PA. Great prizes, an Outback Steakhouse lunch, dinner, and a shot at a new car. Log on to npenn.org or call 215-853-1021 for registration information.
And welcome back to North Penn's Finest. Each year, North Penn staff have the opportunity to nominate coworkers for the Superintendent Honor Roll Award. This year, 6 awards were given out, and 3 of those Honor Roll Award winners are joining me now. We have Don Ryan, Shirley Higgins, and Joe O'Brien. Welcome to the show, friends. Shirley, we're going to start with you. First of all, Shirley, why don't you tell us where do you teach and what you teach?
I'm a special ed assistant, and I teach at Penndale Middle School.
And how long have you been there?
I've been at Penndale for 23 years, but I've been in the district for 28.
Okay. This is what the superintendent said in presenting the award to you. This superintendent's honor roll recipient is known for her true sense of integrity. Not only is she passionate and dedicated to her work with her students, but she also dedicates much of her time to the North Penn School District herself. And your colleagues had this to say: Shirley has extended herself far and beyond what is expected of her in order to support her colleagues and important initiatives of the North Penn School District. She holds positions on district committees such as People Services and Quality Improvement Team. She is also the president of NPESPA and the North Penn Educational Support Personnel Association. That is a lot going on there, Shirley. When you got your award, what was your reaction?
I was very surprised. Pleasantly surprised, but very surprised.
And how was it presented to you?
I got called down to the office, and Ava came and got me, the secretary, and escorted me to the office. And everyone was there with balloons and noisemakers and celebration, telling me I won the award.
Did you ever think, you know about the award, but did you ever think it would come your way?
No, I had no idea.
Okay. Why don't we talk about, before you got to Penndale, what was your path to get into the field of education? Graduate from what high school?
Angela Domini Academy. It's in Philadelphia.
Okay.
And I just always loved working with students and children, and had 3 children of my own, and somehow got led to special education.
Well, congratulations on your honor.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Don Ryan. Don Ryan's the athletic director for North Penn, or as everyone knows, they call you Doc. This is what the superintendent said about you. This person lives and breathes North Penn. He can be found here not only during the day, but almost every evening and weekend as well. He is even known to be in the high school on Saturdays when there's no events taking place. This is what your colleagues had to say about you. Don is a human file cabinet. I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
Right.
He doesn't need a tablet or a computer. Everything is in his head. His memory of all of the events in the athletic department is amazing. He remembers every North Penn High School graduate who is an athlete. He will know their name, their sport, and their accolades they received. Even if they graduated in the 60s, Doc will know and remember you. Simply stated, Doc is loved by all. He has helped thousands and thousands of students over his 40 years with North Penn. Over the years, he has helped North Penn athletes, the athletic department, grow to be one of the best in the state and include recent awards such as, include recent sports such as lacrosse and ice hockey. Don, what was your reaction? How was it presented to the award?
I was very pleasantly surprised. It was at a faculty meeting, and Mr. Hines was just starting the faculty meeting when in walked the superintendent and Mike Frisk and other secretaries and people from the ESC, you know, with the bells and whistles and balloons and all that. And so I was just sitting there. I figured, oh, well, somebody's going to get honored, and started talking about me, and I was just totally surprised.
Fantastic. You've earned it as well. Before we move ahead, your name's Don Ryan, but a lot of people call you Doc. Why do they call you Doc?
This was back when I was a trainer here.
Do I ask what year?
A long time ago. First trainer at North Penn. And our baseball coach, Carl Garana, hung that tag on me, and it's just stuck ever since. Okay. Even though I haven't been training for a while. But
do you prefer it called Don or Doc?
Doc's fine.
Doc is fine. Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Next up is Joe O'Brien. And Joe, why don't you tell me, first of all, where you're teaching at?
I teach at Pembroke. I've been there for, this is my 13th year.
And what do you teach, Joe?
English and theater arts.
All right. Joe, this is what the superintendent said about you. Joe O'Brien can be described as a master of many skills: the English language, technology, theater, and more. Joe joined the North Penn School District in 1996, beginning his career at Pembroke Middle School. He hasn't left since, and I think faculty, staff, and parents would revolt if he tried. In addition to his English teaching duties, Joe has held many hats at Pembroke, including the football coach, technology trainer, and English department chair. And this, Joe, is what your colleagues had to say about you. Each year, Joe directs a cast of over 100 students in dynamic and creative, never-before-seen original plays. All of Joe's plays are self-penned originals and original scores, songs, and choreography. If Joe had a fan club, everyone at Pembroke would be a member. His plays are exceptional. They are always sold out, engage as many students as possible, and never fail to have the crowd on their feet for a standing ovation. Joe, what was your reaction, and how was it presented to you when you got this award?
Similar to Doc, well, we were called down for a meeting in our IMC, which was not scheduled. The scam, total scam.
Let's call it the scam.
I was really surprised and really honored, but I actually got tipped off a little bit by our former principal, Gloria Marcella.
Yes.
It was a Friday, and we dressed down on Fridays.
Yes. Gloria's a scammer to begin with.
Gloria's such a scammer that I thought it was maybe a scam on top of a scam.
Yes.
But she said, maybe you don't want to dress down too much on Friday. And I really didn't know why that was. But then when I got to the meeting, I had my suspicions. And then when Dr. Hasler and everyone walked in with the balloons and whatnot, I figured it out. So I was a little tipped off. You might notice in the footage of my receiving the award, I'm the only person there in a shirt and tie.
On a Friday.
On a Friday.
Yeah, you were tipped.
Yeah.
Joe, let's talk about your path into education. How did it start? Where did it start?
I grew up in Harrisburg, outside of Harrisburg. I went to Camp Hill High School, which had 64. I had 64 people in my graduating class, so I still haven't quite gotten used to North Penn. I went to Albright College. I got certified to teach through Ursinus College, and I worked 2 places before North Penn, you know, part-time, and have been at North Penn since, and I love it, love Pembroke.
Joe, congratulations on your award as well.
Thank you.
Let's go back to Shirley. Shirley, tell me about your school, Penndale.
Well, I've been there since it was a junior high, and I love it. I've worked under many principals and
And who was your
assistant
favorite?
principals. I don't have a favorite. I liked all of them. It's a great school. I like middle school. I worked when it was 8th and 9th grade, and now it's structured under 7th, 8th, and 9th. That's a little different, but I like it.
Okay. Doc, tell me about your building here at North Penn.
Great place to work. A lot of great faculty member and staff. Our support staff, just great individuals. The kids are super, and it's just an enjoyable place to work.
How long have you been here at North Penn School District?
This is my 39th and a half year.
I'm going to give you 40.
Right.
All right? I'm going to give you 40 right now. You got
In
40.
October.
In October. All right. And tell me about your school.
Pembroke is great. It's a nice size. Kids are great. As Shirley said, it's a nice age because they're getting older, more mature. You can do have some serious discussions with them, but they're still kids. They're still enthusiastic. We have a great administration, great staff.
Joe, while we're with you, tell me what's the most enjoyable aspect of your job? What makes you come to school with a smile on your face?
Well, the kids, obviously. Doing the play is a big part of it for me, so it takes up a big part of my year. But I sort of just feel like that's an extension of what I do in the classroom and trying to make school fun for the kids. I feel like that's really my job, is to make it a place they want to be.
Shirley, what about you? What's the enjoyable part for you?
I feel the same way, working with special education, special needs students. I said what drives the wheel is just being able to help them, make them come in, and if they've had a better day because I've made them laugh or made them focus in on a class subject that they need to learn, that makes it for me. Some kids come in, they're all angry and frustrated, and just to turn them around or give them a different way of looking at a different perspective on their day or their school.
Don, I'm going to trick you. Not the same question. I'm curious. I mean, you've been here for 40 years, I'm saying.
Right.
Do you remember one or two standout athletes over the years? Can you think of one or two that really jump in your head?
I think Bill Cluxton, who was a football player and ran track and was a state champion.
Do you have a year-ish, early 70s, 80s? When?
Late 60s.
Late 60s?
Late 60s. Great young man, and he grew up and he married a North Penn girl, Vicki Harmon, and lived in the Upper Perkiomen School District and had some children, daughters who were great soccer players and went on college scholarships to play soccer.
Of all your athletes, that must have been something for you to still remember him and be
Yes,
and has a standout. Do you have a favorite sports moment?
Winning the state football championship. I think that was just a great thrill. We had never
And who was
won
that
it.
coach?
Yeah, what's his name?
Forget
I know. But it was a great thrill, and the excitement leading up to it, and the whole day, and then winning it, and when everybody got back here, and it was just a great event.
Do you have another 40 years in you?
Well, my grandson, who's 12, who does not, he said when he gets he wants to come to North Penn so that he can come and see Pop and visit Pop in his office. He's only 12, so I don't think so.
We can decorate your home office
Right,
and make it look like just trick them. Joe, what do you wish the community knew about your school?
You tricked me.
I didn't mean to.
I guess I think that kids don't get enough credit for the good things they do and how many good things they want to do. The typical perception of teenagers is that they're slackers, they're looking for trouble, and I think as a whole, North Penn School District does a lot to give kids opportunities to do great things. So I think anytime kids have success, it makes us all look good.
Shirley, what about you? What do you wish the community knew about Penndale?
I would say the same thing. Our schools, we're the largest of the 3 middle schools, and we're a very diverse group. But inherently, I think the kids are really good kids, and I just believe in them, and I think they do a good job most of the time.
Doc, I kind of touched on this already, but I'm gonna hit you at the end. Maybe you'll come up with another one. Joe, do you have? Can you give me one of your most memorable experiences while you've been in here at North Penn?
I guess for me would be in our theater. I guess we had for the 10th year anniversary of our original shows, we did sort of a summary with songs and scenes from previous shows. So that was kind of a celebration of the whole program. And we also had a scene where former students, such as the excellent Robert Kohler, came back, I think, and participated in a scene. So it was a really nice sort of alumni celebration of what we've done.
Okay, Shirley, what about you? Do you have a memorable experience?
I've enjoyed coaching. I've coached lacrosse for 20 years, and at the junior high in Penndale, and coached field hockey for about 6 years, 7 years, and that's always memorable for me. I love the girls that cross my path, and like taking the 7th graders who don't even know how to hold a stick, a lot of them, and then see them progress to go up to 8th grade and then move on and watch them. I have 4 kids from my team that played in the playoffs this year for the high school, so that's neat.
Yeah. All right, Doc. Do you have another one, or you want to stay with the football? You have another moment you want to share? Of your $8 billion?
Right. I think in general, just the successes that our teams had. You know, our boys tennis team won the Suburban 1 Continental Conference this year. Coach Toby Watton, who's been here, our tennis coach for 40 years also. And, you know, that's their first championship since 1997, I believe. The girls' lacrosse team was undefeated in the league, went on to the state tournament, you know, and obviously our 2 track teams who had
They run over everybody.
They run over everybody, you know, and I think the nicest compliment that I've heard about our boys track team, that I've heard from several of my colleague athletic directors, was that we have a class program because we have such a class coach in Jay Jones, and that makes you feel good.
Yep. Joe, Shirley, Doc, you truly are North Penn's finest. Congratulations on your award and the honors that you've accumulated over the years. We're not going anywhere yet. We have some more Superintendent Award winners coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
To start off, go to the website nptv.pegcentral.com. This will take you to the homepage and it will display our newest content. After that, just click the link to take you to your video. To better help you find the programming you are looking for, you can use the search bar at the top of your screen to search by category, name, or date. After that, you can just wait until the video loads, press the play button, and enjoy your favorite North Penn television programming.
Welcome back. We are continuing our conversation with this year's Superintendent Honor Roll Award recipients. Joining me now, we have Nancy Edelman, Marilyn Leffler, and Davis Gears. Folks, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Marilyn, I'm going to start with you. Let's say this is what the superintendent said about you in presenting the award. Marilyn really was a pilot teacher during the school district's original ESL program. She has mentored every new ESL teacher, and they will tell you that she has set the bar high for all of them. And your colleagues had this to say: Marilyn goes beyond expectations of her position to provide the students and their families with a feeling of security and respect as they adjust to their new home. She provides motivation to learn and become part of a new culture while continuing to encourage them to share their cultural experiences with us. So Marilyn, what was your reaction when you got the award?
Totally and completely astonished.
You want to tell us how was it presented and how they trick you?
They said there was a awards assembly or an assembly downstairs, and it happened to be our principal's birthday. We thought we were just bringing the kids down to sing happy birthday to her, and instead this was presented.
What school do you? What school?
Hatfield Elementary.
And who is your principal?
Deanna Waters.
Okay. How long have you been in education and with North Penn?
I've been with North Penn since the 1980s, first as an ESL assistant and then a teacher. And I started in special ed in the 70s.
All right, Marilyn, we're not done with you. We'll be back. Next is Nancy Edelman. She is a math assistant at Inglewood Elementary. This is what the superintendent said about you. During this time, Nancy has helped children learn and become more confident in math. She has the innate ability to calm down an anxious student and not only help them learn math, but ultimately guide them to love math. She is extremely passionate about her students, and she is willing to meet each and every student where they are in the math learning process. This is what their colleagues said. Nancy was family friendly long before the program was implemented in the school. She and other teachers began running family math nights years ago. This evening events brought families together to play math games, investigate math online programs, and sometimes hold adult tutoring lessons. So what was your reaction when you won the award?
I was shocked. and I was just so honored that the people I work with nominated me.
And how about, how was it presented to you?
It was at our New Year's breakfast, which is a gift from our principal, and I thought I was going to school early to eat breakfast.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been in North Penn?
I'm finishing 16 years in math support.
Fantastic. And we'll be back with you. We have one other recipient to talk about. Davis Giersch, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You are the choral teacher at North Penn High School, and this is what the superintendent said about you. This is a long one, so sit back. His impact on students is immeasurable. Over the past 35 years, his programs have inspired at least 25,000 students to become better individuals both in musicianship and personality, and to remember North Penn in a positive light. This is evident by the high attendance numbers his concert received, as well as the variety of age and the number of alumni who come back to see the performances. It has been noted that Davis has truly saved students from personal disasters with his kindness, caring, trust, and counseling. He has the ability to bring out the best in the students, regardless of their individual talents. The number of public accolades that Davis has brought to the high school and the district are numerous, and yet, in his great and humble way, Davis ducks behind the scene and allows the students to take all the credit. This is what your colleagues had to say. Davis has extended himself far and beyond what is expected of staff members in order to support all aspects of the district's extensive music department. It has been said that he clocks in more hours after school than he does during the school day. It shouldn't be forgotten that Davis is not only an outstanding teacher and mentor, but is incredibly talented as a composer and has written quality works for instrumental and vocal music. Davis, that's all about you.
I think they're talking about somebody else.
It's you. What was your reaction? How was it presented?
I was very surprised also. I had a suspicion, however, when it was during a faculty meeting, after-school faculty meeting, and the people from the ESC came in, but with them were some familiar faces. I think yours was among
yes.
them, and Katie McCarter, a former student here at North Penn, and you, and I think Brian Clayton might have been in there
mm-hmm.
too, another former student of mine, and now band director at the high school. So I thought, why are these people here together? So I figured something was up, but I had no idea it was going to be this.
Let's talk about how long you've been in teaching.
This is my 41st year teaching, 30 years here at North Penn, but then I taught 11 years before coming here.
Okay. Nancy, let's go with you. Tell me about your school. What school is it again? And tell me about it.
I'm at Inglewood, and we have a wonderful population of about, I think, 430 children, 3 classes at each grade level, and everybody just has a really nice spirit together.
Okay. What about your school?
I'm at Hatfield Elementary, and we have a unique school because about 50% of the student body is ESL or speaks another language. And it's an amazing diversity-oriented school, and the teachers and the students work very well together.
Davis, tell me about North Penn High School.
It's big.
That's good.
Anything else?
People in the community probably didn't know that.
It's very big, but of course with the size goes a lot of wonderful things, the diversity in the students, and we get wonderfully talented kids here, and you know, we can turn out a really fine product, I think, with our bands and choirs and orchestras, because we have so many kids to work, a wonderful pool to draw from. One of the advantages of a big school.
What do you enjoy most about working in North Penn School District?
Being with the kids, just sitting down and being with the kids. Yeah.
Marilyn, anything else you want to add to that? What do you enjoy about North Penn School District?
Being with the children, and I like the change. Being in ESL, I have different groups each year, so I never really know what grades or what levels I'm going to have, and I love that change.
Okay, Nancy?
I like just playing with the kids and making them think all they're doing is playing games, not learning or working.
Okay. If you wanted to teach the community one thing that they don't know about your school or even North Penn, what would it be? Yes, I put you on the spot as the first person.
Just that it's so inclusive and everyone is there with a good heart and trying to do the best for all of the students in the district.
And Marilyn, what do you think?
I think it would be what I said before, the diversity, not just with ESL, but with autistic classes in there, a large variety of students.
Davis, you're going to get one choice here. You get to name one of your most memorable experiences at North Penn. You can only name one, and you have 2 seconds to name it.
Memorable experiences.
This is a live show, so we want
okay,
to
I'm
keep this
sorry.
coming.
Memorable experiences. There's so many, you know. Again, I would have to go back to the kids themselves.
Maybe a favorite band director you had to work with?
Yeah, well, I've had 3 favorite band directors.
Okay.
They're all in the par.
Okay.
But I had a student, I won't say his name, but I had a student a number of years ago that struggled with all kinds of problems, issues. And yet when it came time for the concert, this kid would just radiate joy in music and sing like I think nobody else could. And when you think the joy that you could see in his face and his voice, hearing his voice, and balance that with the difficulties he had in just getting through a day, all kinds of problems, physical problems. That I'll never forget that. You know, it puts a perspective on the rest of our lives when you see what this kid had to go through just to get here every day, and yet he sang with such heart.
Marilyn, what about you? Do you have one favorite memory?
Again, I'd have to agree with
Not the same
children.
Student. Is this the same student? How did you know? We didn't even say who it was.
A student that arrived from a war-torn country, very reticent, crying, very inhibited, and within a month how much he'd embraced the new culture and the new environment and not having to worry every moment.
Nancy, you get a break? You had time to think about this
Yes,
one.
I
What do you
did.
think?
I think it's just the beauty of being able to work with the kids over their whole elementary school experience, that seeing them start out as, you know, shy little first graders and turn into really competent sixth graders.
All right. Davis, I'm going to put you back on the spot. You've gone through several principals at North Penn High School.
Don't ask me which is my favorite principal.
All right. Which one is your least favorite principal at North Penn High School? Which is your favorite? You got to have
I don't
one.
have a favorite.
You have to name one. You're not going to be off the chair until you name
They're all so different. I mean, Ken Schmidt brought me to he hired me, so he's got to be up there.
So we blame Ken Schmidt.
No.
Okay.
He was a great man, just for allowing me to work here. Juan Bond. I mean, there's a book there someplace, you know, to be written about that guy and all the times that he would take me to these special events to perform, and he was just a tremendous guy. Learned a lot from him. You know, and Bert and Steve Frederick and we had Marge Kohlhaas for a while.
You're naming all of them.
Yeah,
I didn't want that.
but each one of them contributed something to my career, and everyone. I would say that they all supported me no matter what I wanted to do. I never felt with any of the principals that I didn't have their full support. That's a great feeling when you're trying to do a program as big as mine.
That's a cop-out answer. If you
Yeah.
ask me.
Okay.
Marilyn, we know you're not spending all your time in school. What do you do on the outside for free time? Relax?
I love to go traveling when I have a chance, and I love to read.
And Nancy, what about you? What do you like to do?
I do a lot of work with AUW, which is American Association of University Women, and I'm really interested in gender equity education.
And that's what you do to relax?
Yeah, that, and I like to sew and make jewelry and bake and read and keep very busy.
Fantastic. Davis, I'm going to turn this one back to you.
What do I do in my spare time?
No, I don't want to know, because I know already.
Because you know what I do in my spare time.
I'm going to put you on the spot. You just announced your retirement.
Yeah.
So now, what are you going to do with all of your spare time?
We're going riding.
We're going to ride?
Mr. Heller and I ride motorcycles together, and I hope to do. I have a granddaughter too in North Carolina. I don't get to see very often, and a son in California, and of course my son in North Carolina. So hope to spend more time with the family and do a lot of riding.
Is your wife excited about your retirement?
Not about the riding, but she's excited about spending more time with the family. I left one principal out, Vince Cotter.
Yes.
I think I named them all.
Okay. Davis, Marilyn, Nancy, congratulations on the great honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you.
That's it for this edition of North Penn's Finest. I'd like to thank all of our guests that we had today. And until next time, I'm Ted Heller. Thanks for watching North Penn's Finest.